Hello, I'm Kristen from Kristen Kane Style. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. I am a style and mindset coach, and I can help you simplify your style and build a wardrobe that you absolutely love wearing. I work one-on-one with clients in addition to showing up here with videos every week and also sharing tips and tricks and stuff over on Instagram. I do work one-on-one with clients. Style therapy is the package that I use to do that. It is a package that will completely transform the way you look and feel in your clothing. It will work on both your mindset and your actual clothing, your actual wardrobe, and it will leave you feeling really excited to get dressed. It is just so much fun for me to receive the texts from clients after style therapy is over and see how lit up and amazing and beautiful and fabulous they look in the clothing that usually was already hanging in their wardrobe that we have just used in a new way and that they have started to think about it in a new way. So all of that said, if style therapy is something that you would like to consider, I work one-on-one, both in person and online. There is a link down below. You can book a consult call if you would like, and we can hop on a Zoom and see if it's a good fit. I will answer your questions, and we can see if the style struggles that you are dealing with are things that I can help with. My guess is that they are. I have been doing this for over 20 years, and it is truly the thing that lights me up the most professionally is to help a woman really clearly define her style and simplify the whole process so that it's just fun and she looks and feels authentic and amazing. Okay, enough about that. So today we're going to talk about style goals. And I am a perfectionist. If you have watched my videos or follow me over on Instagram, you will know that I am part of a group coaching program called PGSD, which stands for Perfectionist Getting Shit Done, led by the most amazing Sam Laura Brown. And if you are in any way thinking you might be a perfectionist, if you watch the videos that I have on perfectionism and style, you might find that some of that resonates and that you can relate, in which case you might want to check out Sam Laura Brown's program, which is called PGSD. She also has a podcast called The Perfectionism Project, which I found super helpful prior to signing up to be in the coaching program. So all of that to say that goal setting has been something that I have avoided most of my life in almost every area of my life, because as a perfectionist, I like to protect my potential. So one of the things that perfectionists do is they tend to hold back their effort, because if they give a full effort and they fail, then they feel more shame about not being perfect. The whole perfectionism idea is fascinating to me, and honest to goodness, it's not even been 3 years since I realized that this was a huge hang up in my life. And so I am just super giddy, over the top excited about all the ways that I now see it at play in my own life and the ways I can help clients address it in their lives, since I am doing the work myself on these things. However, all of that to say, with regards to style goals, or any goals, I didn't set goals because I didn't want to not achieve them, and it was too scary to really kind of even think about what I might want or what I might have as that vision. So I just did nothing. Or I would have a really vague goal, because perfectionists like vague goals because they're really hard to define and to know if you've achieved or not achieved. And they often ghost or abandon their goals. And so I see all of this with clients. I see it in my own life in a lot of different ways. And I have made a lot of strides and a lot of changes in my mindset and the way that I think and look at goal setting. And style goals are something that I know my clients struggle with. A lot of my clients struggle with. They don't love where they are. They don't know how to get to where they want to be. In some cases, they don't even know where they want to be, which is usually part of the problem. Because if you have a goal and you can really set that goal, you can then begin to break it down into smaller elements so that you can take actions, towards those elements and ultimately end up where you want to be. But if your goal is really vague or you haven't set a goal, then it's really hard to get from point A to point B. So I want to talk about goals specifically with regards to style, because as I said, I have a lot of clients who aren't loving how they look and feel right now in their clothing. They're not loving their wardrobes. They're not loving their closet. It can be around any part of style, but the big picture of how you look when you get dressed, a lot of women struggle with not loving it the way it is now and not knowing exactly how to change it and not even knowing what the other side would look like what the goal is that they're working toward. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So if when you get dressed, there is a part of you that thinks pretty much on the regular, every morning when you go into your closet, there's this nagging thought, this kind of mental clutter that says, one day I'm going to clean it up in here and it's going to look organized and fabulous. One day I'm going to have matching hangers. One day I'm going to fold my jeans all in the same direction so that it's more calm and peaceful to look at. One day I'm going to buy the missing pieces that fill in the gaps of my wardrobe so that I actually have the belt that goes with those pants and makes them so that I would want to wear them and they don't fall down, or whatever the case is for you. If there is this sense of I'm not where I want to be, but I don't exactly have a plan and I'm not taking action to get there, then that's what we're going to talk about. In some cases, I find that my clients don't set style goals because they're afraid. They're afraid of not being able to achieve them. They're afraid they don't even know what that goal would look like. And in a lot of cases, style has sort of this bad rap. It's that if you pay attention to how you look, then you are conceited, or you're stuck up, or you are shallow. And it's frivolous to care about clothing, and it's not important, and it's unnecessary. And somehow it makes you, it's not okay to have that be an important element of your life. And the thing I want to mention is that while I do believe it is a very important element in all of our lives, because we live in a society where we have to get dressed every single day and where our clothing speaks volumes about us before we ever actually speak to anyone else, even if we don't actually speak to another person. If they see us, they have some sort of reaction to our look and specifically to our clothing. I also know that just because you set a style goal and work to achieve it does not mean that that is now your life's work, that now your wardrobe and your style and your closet are now going to be all consuming, and you're going to decline invitations to family and friends events, and you're going to forget to go to the grocery store, and you're no longer going to pick up your kids after school on time because now style is your whole world. That is not what I'm talking about at all. I am talking about setting a goal, achieving or working toward that goal and feeling good while you're working toward achieving that goal, and letting the achievement on the other side be sustainable, so that when you get dressed moving forward, once you've shifted from where you are now that isn't really what you're loving to that kind of style goal being achieved, you have now the wardrobe that really supports the life that you live, and you know how to put those pieces together, and you know that they all fit and that they're what your body today wants to be wearing, and you like how they work together, and you're not needing anything. There aren't any big gaps, like you don't have the shoes you need, or you don't have a jacket to put over that, or you don't have a scarf or the necklace or whatever. You've satisfied all of that. It's not that those pieces will never wear out. It's that now you know how to do it, and it becomes like anything else that you set a goal and get to. It becomes more normal. It becomes more routine, and then having good style is just part of who you are. You have a new self-image that is, okay, I had this goal that I set for my style. I really wanted to elevate my style a little bit. I really wanted to step it up and have a different look, and a look that I really feel great about. And now that I've done that, it's just maintenance. So I don't want you to think that setting this style goal means then you get to that style goal, now you have to go beyond that and only wear Chanel and Armani because your first step was the Gap, and then your next step was, Neiman Marcus, and now your next step is boutiques. Like that's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying set a style goal to do the work that every time you walk in your closet is obviously happening in your mind. Like that loop is happening, and that clutter, whatever that is bugging you. I don't have the right thing to wear with this. My closet's always a mess. Whatever that is, set that goal and make that happen. That's what we're talking about today. So you feel blah, you don't love the way you look, and you're not really doing anything about it. And you're protecting your potential because you think, well, if I don't actually set a style goal, I can't fail at the style goal. So that sounds pretty good. And you just are on this stuck cycle of, I don't love my closet, I don't love my wardrobe, I don't love how I look when I get dressed, but I'm not actually doing anything about it. And I wanted to talk about a concept that I learned probably a little over 5 years ago. And it hit me hard. When I first read about this, learned about this, it just stuck with me. It was one of those kind of light bulb moments where I thought, wow, this actually changes things. So I'm going to share that with you today. You may have already heard it, but sometimes we need to hear things over and over again, and then they land differently, and we hear them one time where it really, makes sense. So I want to talk about the fact that most people go through life, and specifically with something they're struggling with the attitude of, have, do, be. So they have the idea that in order to be the person that they want to be, in this case, be the person that has achieved the style goal, be the person that has the style that they really want, they have to have the things that that person would have. So it could be a large budget, it could be the perfect body, it could be tons of time to go shopping, it could be a cleaned up closet, it could be a personal stylist who helps them get dressed every single day like a celebrity. Whatever their goal is, they believe that they need to have the components in place before they will get to be that person. So their idea is that they will have the components, and then once they have those components, they will do what is necessary to be that person. So if you have unlimited budget, then you would go shopping in the do category. You would say, okay, now it's time to go do the thing of shopping for the clothing. Or once you have the clothing, then you would build the outfits, because now you have the component that you believe is going to allow you to be the person with the achieved style goal or with the great style that you are dreaming of. Once you have that clothing, then you'll build the outfits. Or once you have more time, then you'll organize your closet, and then you'll be the stylish girl. And this concept, which I believe was originally delivered by Ram Dass, that he kind of came up with this idea. I also believe it has been attributed to Stephen Covey in the 7 Habits of Highly Successful People. Whatever the case is, what you want to do is switch that have, do, be around so that the have and the be get switched. So that now you are be, do, have. That you are operating in the reverse. Where it was have, do, be, now you are operating from be, do, have. And so this idea gets a lot of people tripped up, and I hear some resistance, and I get some pushback from clients because there's this element of acting as if and pretending and showing up as someone you aren't yet when you don't actually feel it yet, or you don't actually have what you need in order to be that person. This is asking you to be that person first and to embody what that person does in order to achieve the end result. So in the case of style, you need to decide to be the person who has great style before your closet's cleaned up, before your budget is bigger, before you have more time, before your body might be different. You need to be that person now. You need to act as if. You need to adopt the thoughts and the mentality and the actions of the person who is already the stylish person you want to be. Whatever that style goal is for you, you need to start to be her now. And I know it sounds like a simple concept, confusing and simple at the same time. It is a simple concept, and it is also not easy for us to do. It works in every area of our lives, and yet oftentimes we struggle with this. So in this case, if you can decide that you are going to be the stylish person today, you will begin to do the things that she does. You will begin to clean up your closet. You will find the time to fold up your jeans the way you want them to be folded up. You will begin to wear the clothing that you maybe have been ignoring because you didn't think you had time, or you didn't think it was right for your body right now, or you don't have the budget to buy the other pieces you want to put with it. But by deciding that I'm going to be her now, and I'm going to do with what I have what she would do now, the magic result is that you start to have the style that you've been dreaming of, even if it is not the top of the line cashmere that you were hoping to purchase. Maybe it's a sweater that's just really soft wool and you are going to work your way up to the cashmere. The cashmere that you're dreaming of, I promise you, is going to come faster if you can be the stylish girl today and wear what you already own, do the work of wearing what you already own. You will have the style that you're dreaming of, and then things start to shift, and all of a sudden you might stumble upon a thrifted piece of thrifted cashmere sweater that is dreamy and just what you were looking for. Or a sister-in-law might say, I don't like this cashmere sweater, do you want it? And now you thought that was way off in the distance, that you had to have that first before you could be stylish, but because you adopted the idea that I'm going to be the stylish girl now, I'm going to elevate my wardrobe and my look right now with what I have, I will become that person faster. So if you Google this, there are lots of people who, from a corporate standpoint and business standpoint, there are lots of people who dive into this concept of deciding that you are going to be it first and then do what the person who already was that would do, and then you have the result that you would want, instead of waiting to have it before you can do what that person would do and ultimately be, your end goal. It works. It really, truly works. Get into your closet and straighten it up, even though in your mind you're not going to straighten it up until you can go shopping for more clothes. Straighten it up now and you will be amazed at, first of all, what you might find in there that you really want to wear, that you totally forgot you had. It happens every single time I work with a client in a closet. There are pieces that she puts on and she looks in the mirror and is shocked and kind of chuckles that she can't believe she still owns this. She didn't even know it was in there. And sometimes it still has tags on it, sometimes not. But get in there and do the work that you think would be the work you would do if you, no, that's too many of the be, do, haves all in one sentence. Become the person who has the elevated style now. Before you have the new pieces, before you have a bigger budget, before you do one thing with your body, before you have more time, become her now, and then you will begin to act. You will start to wear things that are in your wardrobe in new ways. It will open up new possibilities that you can't see when you're just stuck in the, I don't have it yet, so I can't be it. You know, I can't get through the, I don't have it, I'm not gonna do what she does. I can't be who I wanna be. Start to do the things right now. Start to become that person. Decide, as of today, I'm going to elevate my style. I'm going to dress as if I had an unlimited budget. What does that look like for you? Does it look like going to Salvation Army and finding a thrifted blazer or a thrifted pair of jeans that you like better than what you already own? Then do that. That's not something that will, in most cases, break the bank, but it will show the universe and show you that you are ready to take this next step to elevate and upgrade your style. Because there's a momentum that happens, and that momentum is largely due to the style self-trust that you create. You begin to trust yourself. You know what? Yesterday I wore a great outfit and I actually felt amazing, so today I'm gonna wear a great outfit. And after you repeat that, and by a great outfit, I don't mean head to toe, super complex. I just mean you pick the thing that you actually look and feel better in, that you probably already own, that you've been ignoring, waiting, kind of protecting that potential until I become that version of myself. I'm going to save those clothes. I've done this. I get it. If you get those clothes on your body now, you start to feel better and you start to look better. And as a result, all sorts of things start to change. Not only in how you look and feel yourself and in the actual style that you're presenting to the world, but also in the opportunities, the people you meet, the things that happen. Things just start to align and you become that version. You satisfy that style goal that much faster. So if you have questions about this, or if you've used this in any other areas in your life, if you've been in a corporate setting and this is something that they have taught about and shared, I would love to know your feedback, because this is one of those things that once I heard it, I couldn't unhear it. I couldn't go back to thinking that I had to have all the things in place before I could do anything that was going to ultimately, get me to be who I wanted to be. And for me, it was more around luxury in my home. It had a little more to do with feeling financial lack. Some, perceived in my own lack mentality, and some actual, that there were some things going on financially that were not as I wanted them to be and were very difficult. But it was a matter of understanding that I could be the person who had a different situation, even without all of that stuff being fixed or resolved. I could just light the candle that I had sticking. I could just light the candle that I had stuck in a cupboard somewhere, waiting for when I finally had this all resolved and I could be this person who had a slightly more elevated life or lived with slightly more luxury in her day-to-day life. And so once I heard this and I realized I could kind of be her by lighting that candle, just that. I could be her by turning on music in the morning and having my home feel luxurious, even if I'm not spending any money. I could, little by little begin to replace the things that were yuck, whether it was a dish towel or, some sort of a piece of furniture or a lamp or a lampshade. I could begin to elevate by already kind of being that person and then behaving, doing the things that she would do and ultimately having the luxury on the other end. So that's just my personal example of kind of how this started to play out for me, was really stepping into, when I am that future person who lives with more luxury, what will I be doing and what will I be feeling and what will I be thinking and how can I access that now? And so this is the same thing. It just has to do with your wardrobe and your style. So if your future self and your goal is to have this really immaculate, beautiful closet, then no matter what size and shape your closet is now, get it straightened out. put all your hangers facing the same direction if you're not in a place where you want to upgrade all your hangers right now. If you're in a place where you can upgrade your hangers, buy all matching hangers. It is an instant changer that will move you closer to the style that you have as your goal, to the elevated version of yourself from a style standpoint that you have as that vision. Do the little steps now instead of protecting your potential and waiting and hanging back until all the circumstances change and then you can become that person. Decide to be that person today, and you will be surprised how you start to take action and how you ultimately have the style and the elevated look that you are dreaming of right now. This is my jam. In case you can't tell, I love this stuff. And if you have questions about this, please drop them down below. I'll be happy to get into this further. I would love to know your thoughts on this and how you maybe, approach this in your own life, or where you see that you might get stuck trying to have the things first before you take the action. That's all I got for today. I hope that was helpful. I am on Instagram every Tuesday doing a live style Q&A, and you can drop your question below and just note that it's for Instagram, or you can, if you're following me over there, I put a question box up on Sunday, Monday, and you can drop in your question. I'll answer it on Tuesday. And I'll be back here next Friday. If you would like to work one-on-one, we can get into all of this good stuff deeply. Style therapy is the way we do that. It is literally a one-day process. So I don't want you to think that it is some big, long, process that takes weeks or months to handle your wardrobe. It is really a very quick, very deep dive into your style and what's happening. And then there are some follow-up things that happen afterwards, but the work is done, fast and effectively, and I would love to help you. So that's all I have for today. I will see you next Friday. I hope you have a really beautiful week. Thanks for being here.